Hear that bird? Bo-bo-bo-bo-bo. Toot-toot-toot-toot. I don't think I've heard those birds anywhere other than here. Doot-doot-toot-toot. Doot-doot-toot-toot. Alright guys, my jaunt back home into Ningbo is wrapped up. I'm leaving home base for a while. I'm going to jump into an Uber headed towards the train station, then hop on a train 5 hours back to Xiamen. I'll get to tell you guys a little bit more about the plan and what I'm deciding on doing. Tell you about the next few steps. I'm a little bit more prepared, that's for sure. I have a tire. I have my new flag from TerraCycle, which I'm really excited about. We've almost got 2,000 kilometers before I exit China again. And it's going to be an interesting one, folks. Ningbo looks a little different every time I come home. Every time I leave, I wonder how much more different it's going to be when I get back. Annie is talking about visiting me on the road with Eva at one point in time, in the time that I'm gone. We'll see where and when that is, but yeah. Got about 150 kilometers before we arrive in Xiamen. A friend of mine, Gabby, he lives there, and we'll probably meet up with him in the next couple of days. I got 2 nights here to get my stuff together and plan out the next few steps, but this next phase, especially up until the middle of Vietnam, we have a goal. The goal is to get to the Son Dong caves in Vietnam, and getting there way ahead of the time scale that I had been on in Taiwan. Taiwan was about 1,200 kilometers, and it took me almost 2 months, every bit of 2 months to do it. I had a hernia and typhoons to deal with and things, but I need to get 1,000 kilometers down in more around the 1 month range. I need to get down my pacing so that I'm going a little bit faster. It means I got to be a little bit leaner with regards to the vlogs, a little bit, because I won't have as much time to edit them if I'm doing them on that sort of a schedule. And it means that I'm going to have to take less days in between locations. I think that if I can allow myself a month and a half every 1,000 kilometers, I can do okay. Now my trike was taken care of by a friend of Annie and a friend of the Jayoe Nation. I'm near the airport where her office is, which is where she let me sort of keep the trike. She's going to give me a ride with my trike to the hostel, and then I can kind of get organized. Check this out. This is the hotel. She said, wait here at the hotel, I'll meet you. These parking areas, most of China is very interestingly set up with QR codes. You can pay for parking, pay for meals, pay for taxis, pay for almost anything with the QR code. They have the QR codes like right on the outside of the parking booth. So you go in and you hit the QR code, and then you go out, you hit the QR code again, and it'll tell you how much you have to pay, and it'll pay from your WeChat account. I don't know how popular QR codes are in the States, but man, it's really convenient. You don't ever have to carry cash on you most of the time. Restaurants, places to stay, almost everywhere you can use your QR code. Pretty cool. It's warm here in Xiamen, so I wasn't sure how much I should bring because it's the end of October. Even down here it should be getting cool, but I wasn't sure how much. So I'm wearing a jacket, I'm wearing a couple of heavier things. I'm even wearing my long sleeve Patagonia shirt. I'll probably send them back to Ningbo if I feel like they're not necessary. I don't want to overload myself. Alright, so this leg of the journey here is going to be themed with the word discipline. I have been undisciplined in my health and in my exercise routine. Although I ride a lot, it doesn't mean that I'm in the best health. I really want to focus on that and try and get a little bit leaner, get a little bit healthier. Knowing that I can't stop in destinations too long will help in that process. I won't be kind of stuck in a place and getting sedentary too much. Let's see if I can get myself whipped into shape, eh? I think I can. I'm a little tired. And that's one of the reasons why I've thought that I have been a little bit out of shape, because I've been like really lethargic, even since a few weeks. I feel like my metabolism is slowed down, and it's sort of making me a little bit sluggish, and I don't like it. Maybe I can stoke the fire a little bit, get a little bit more yo to Jayoe. This is my friend. Say hi.
Hi. 我很忙哦.
She's very busy today, but she was able to pick me up, and she's going to help me get a truck to the hotel. 对不对?
对.
Right.
等一下就去.
This is her office. This is her friend.
Hi.
Say hi. Funny sometimes telling people, Chinese people, especially taxi drivers, they're like, "What are you doing?" You know, I'm cycling to America. I think it's a little bit difficult. I mean, I guess even in America, if you're like look at somebody and say, "I'm cycling to China," that'd be a little bit of a weird thing. I think they kind of nod and smile and they just think, "Oh, this American's translation is his Chinese a little off." Fast forward just a little bit. It's getting into the evening from the afternoon, and I've decided to just take an axe to my gear. I feel like my knees are not in the best shape. Oftentimes when I get started after a break, they're like this, and I feel like that again. And I'm interested in going a little bit super light. So I've gone through my clothing, my gear, everything with sort of a fine-tooth comb, and I've so far put together quite a pile. This whole pile right here is going back to Ningbo. So I'm gonna go through my bicycle tools and everything. I think I'm pretty good with that. That's pretty streamlined. But I had some extra buckles, I had a jacket, I had a whole bunch of stuff that I brought that I don't need. So I ran into a guy when I was dropped off with the trike that he was a foreigner, and he and his buddy took a sailboat across one of the oceans or something. It's going to be interesting talking to him later. I have some video things I want to do. I want to get the trike ready tomorrow. We're going to go see Gabby on a north side. It's supposed to be really beautiful. So I'm going to change my tire, get that ready to go. It's funny, I took my air pump, my tire pump, all the way back to Ningbo, and I left it there, which is nonsensical. I don't know why I did that, but I did. Anyways. Wow, guys. You're not going to believe how much stuff I just took off of my ride. So this is my setup, and my bag. These things will stay, obviously, my side bag. But this thing, this bag is all going. I have to send it back to Ningbo. It's heavy. Like, it has really transformed the load in the rear of the trike. I'll be very curious to see how it rides now with the lighter load. As a matter of fact, my computer and things that normally sit on the top here are going to be like the heaviest bag out of all of them. I normally like to keep my center of balance lower, but that's okay. I still have to replace the tire. I think I'm going to replace the tire tomorrow. Now, you guys all know this flag. This is the original Jayoe flag made by TerraCycle. It's a little bit smaller than what I would actually like, so I had TerraCycle make me an oversized one. This one is about almost double the size of the small one, and this will be my main flag that'll go up. It's got three tassels that'll be whipping around in the wind. This one's got one tassel. And then he's also, Pat from TerraCycle has added a little clasp here so that I can actually tie these two poles together. So now they will never come apart and this flag will never slide off. I also put a zip tie there so this flag won't slide off either. It'll be a very professional looking ride, that's for sure. The other problem here is now I've got my cool signs here where people can read in Chinese my tour, and normally it's my QR code for YouTube, but YouTube is blocked in China. So that QR code is going to be useless for the next 2 or 3 months while I ride through China. It should be like a WeChat code, but I don't use my WeChat, and I want to grow my YouTube. I don't necessarily want to grow platforms that are only available here in China. So I'll just sweat through China and word of mouth it, and you know, just enjoy the ride. But I don't think my YouTube channel is going to grow here in China. Yeah, I'm really excited. I got rid of so much stuff. I didn't think I was going to get rid of that much.
This is my girlfriend, Xiamen.
Can I record?
Oh, sure, yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean,
nice to meet you. How's it going?
Good, yeah, good.
Good. What is this place?
Paradiso Pizza.
Paradiso.
Best pizza in all of Xiamen, not China.
Remember how I was talking about shedding weight while I was here in on this leg of the journey? Well, we're gonna put a thumb on that for a little while. We're gonna have pizza.
We need to get some carbs.
So tell me, you're a Canadian, and how long have you been in China?
Almost a little over a year now.
You have an interesting story how you got here.
Yeah, well, I mean, I took a train here, but like I got to Asia via sailboat. Most of it with my other Canadian friend, my friend Marcus, who's going around the world without using a motor, using various means. Everything like kayak, raft, recumbent cycle actually, but actually hand crank.
No way!
Yeah, so just the guy he met who had one, and I guess it's mostly like paraplegic.
Yeah.
And he decided to use it. He used the pogo stick in Winnipeg in Canadian City.
How far did he go on a pogo stick?
Not too far. It was sort of gimmick. Across one city.
Like, people always give me excuses. I can't do what you're doing because X, Y, Z. Everybody has their list of excuses. Some of them are valid. I have a family. I have kids. I can't do this kind of thing. In some certain cases, I can understand that. But if anybody says, I'm not very healthy, or I can't ride a bike, or I can't ride a sailboat, or I don't know, you know, this mode of transportation is the least of your worries. You know, if you have the passion and you want to travel or whatever, you just do it. You know, you figure it out.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm not going to advocate the approach I took. Right. To be fully honest, my first passage was a bit of a baptism of fire. There were some harrowing moments where I'm like, literally on the boat, like heavy weather, advisory on the radio. I'm kind of learning how to heave to from a book. And but yeah, I think your point is valid. Like, the barriers are not as significant as people think.
Yeah.
But there's just always like another reason to delay and kind of keep the dock.
Yeah.
Whatever project you think you can be done, but
you can be stuck two inches away from your dream forever.
Right.
You know, when you finally realize that those 2 inches were pointless, you know, like right. you instantly learn that those were worthless. You know, like all that preparation. It's like, and I'm not advocating going to university, but like I was talking to some friends, and they were talking about their calculus, and they sine, cosine, and tangent, and all of that stuff. When have I ever used that? And I took like an entire math course dedicated to learning what sine, cosine, and tangent are. You know, sometimes going out into the real world, you maybe find out that 90% of what you learned you don't need, and that 10% you needed to learn on the path. You know what I mean? You actually had to learn doing. You know? That's
exactly it. I mean, I actually, now that you mentioned, I did have I had kind of a consultant. There's this guy, James Baldwin, who in the 80s he took a very minimalist approach. Some might call it almost a reckless approach to sailing around the world in a small boat, similar to mine. And so I kind of wrote him an email. He's kind of like he kind of consults with people and kind of helps them get going.
If you can find the right mentor, that's worth its weight in gold. Yeah. You know, like, because they've actually done it what you're trying to do, you know, and it narrows down the focus of what you need to learn from the person that has learned it already. And we were talking about the trike and why I chose the trike, and you know, you chose sailing to get you here to China, and I'm choosing a trike to get me home to the United States. There's so many weird ways that you can voyage through this world, you know. It's really, really cool. Always need to meet somebody with another interesting story.
Absolutely.
It's nice to meet you today.
Glad I ran into you.
But yeah, tomorrow we'll be doing some interesting things. We'll catch up with you then, but I'm gonna end the vlog because I've got to edit this thing together. So I'll talk to you later. Jayoe.
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 Next time on the Jayoe vlog.
Hello. I don't know who to follow. Tons of people are just going through red lights.
It looks fine. And then you come, and then you come, and then all of a sudden...
How hard would it be to put a metal plate over those holes? How's it going? Long time no see. That bull is getting a colonoscopy. Oh, these guys waved at me. Turn around, have some tea.